Fun fact number 11. I'm going to read you a short story from, it's one of the shorter short stories, and it's a subject I've talked about before, but it's one of the shorter short stories in 8 Stories 3, book by me, by my book, so I can survive another day. That would be nice. Thank you. This one's called Karaoke, an ode to karaoke. So, Shira loves to sing, or you can say Shira. Shyra. Shira loves to sing. She sang before she had words. Her first songs were Puff the Magic Dragon, Love Me Do, and Country Roads. On the playground with her friends, she walked and sang. She could sing opera and classical before she knew what those things were. Walking and singing and dancing, always. Karaoke did not exist when she was younger. She sang in choirs or in musicals or in variety shows. She sang with friends when walking, driving, or just hanging out. She also danced. Finding places to dance was easier, bars and clubs all over the place for mingling and dancing, but she even sang when she danced. She was curious about open mic nights that were rare and often when she couldn't go because she was working early the next morning. Her first karaoke was for her daughter's 18th birthday. It was a bar and a restaurant so the underage kids could come and eat and sing. She sang with her daughter. Her daughter, Karis, was a good singer too. Shira divorced. She moved to where she could breathe again and hopefully start over. She found the spiritual community that had a metaphysical shop where she could find white sage and cool rocks. She found the dance community and began the awakening of her freedom and who she had always been. Shira downsized and moved and found another job over and over again, but she still struggled to find the stability she needed in her life. She found an open mic night in her new community and sang with Karis a few times. Shira found karaoke again at an arcade where there were games and prizes and bowling and karaoke rooms. She found several karaoke bars in her community and picked her favorite. She became a regular in the dance community and karaoke community. Shira knew she needed some stable income to not be homeless in a few months, but she also knew she had to love the present moments as much as she could before they were gone. It seemed like karaoke was the most stable place in her life. Some people came to the bars to drink and get drunk. Some people came to the bars to just not be home, not to be at a familiar place. Some people came to the bars in the hopes to meet someone to take home for a good buck. Some people thought they could find their soulmate in a bar. Some people just needed some type of community to drive away the darkness. Shira came to sing. She came to support and enjoy the other singers. Some of the singers were really good. She was amazed by the talent. Others thought they were good, but were only really sporadically good, but she supported them too. Some were just downright awful, but were enjoying themselves and having a good time. Some were drunk and just being the rock star or rapper who they always wanted to be in their dreams. She supported them. Though sometimes she walked outside or went to the bathroom when someone was really out of tune. She had been trained to listen to the music as a sound engineer and listen to people's hearts, not just their words, as an empath. Shira sang well, sometimes, and sometimes she knew she was off. She wasn't the excellent young singer she once had been. She was glad that most of the crowd was drunk and didn't usually notice when she was really off. Shira noticed there were cliques and groups in karaoke. She was friends with mostly everyone, but even some of her friends were not always inclusive. There was a group chat for karaoke that she had never been invited to. There were other events that occurred that she was not invited to, but she did not mind. She wasn't much of a joiner. and she really came to sing and see those friends who wanted to be around her. She also enjoyed singing with others. Some of her friends tried to flirt with her or said they wanted more from her than she could give. She just wanted to sing and enjoy the music and atmosphere. Josh and Ariel were handsome and sweet, but they seemed too shy to ask her out. They became good friends. One time a gentleman wanted her to gig at his establishment, but she was confused. Me? Just singing karaoke? No, you and your band. Sure, she said, but I guess I'll have to get a band. There were karaoke politics and cold shoulders, too. She didn't really pay attention to that. Some people thought they had the best handle on a song or were the best karaoke singer or had the best advice to give someone singing karaoke. She thought of them as the karaoke entitled. Shira knew you could tip the KJ extra money to bump your name on the list, and she knew the KJ. He was a friend. She knew which songs he liked her singing, but she also tried new songs. Sometimes someone would ask her to learn a new song she didn't know existed, and she learned a lot and loved to learn. The clicks could be annoying at times, but she just did her own thing and sang. Karis called one of the cliques the Pussy Squad, and another was the Hater Fakes. She loved it when tourists came to town to celebrate something and would sing in groups. They usually got really drunk and had a lot of fun. One night a tourist lady said, "I just love you. You sing well, and then you dance so freely. You are like a free spirit. You don't care what people think, and are just you." Thank you. But who else would I be? She was the local philosopher, too. The KJ always wiped the mic in between performers and did his best to be fair, but he also had to make sure everyone was happy so he could get some tips. It was a fine line to walk to cater to the tourists and the regulars. Some of the regulars came to the bar earlier and earlier to get their songs in first. Others would show up late and hope to sing once before leaving. She was happy to sing. When her name was called, she always felt surprised. She would grab the mic. It felt like a promise in her hand. Shira checked the crowd and would, at times, change her list of songs out for something that would vibe with the crowd more. Sometimes she just had a song running through her brain and just had to sing it. The KJ sometimes would ask her to sing a different song for him or the crowd. She loved it when she could move the crowd and they would dance or sing along. Between songs, she talked to friends or new people or played pinball or sipped her drink and supported the person singing or danced. Some people flirted or sat next to her and insisted she go out with them with their hot alcohol breath hitting her face. One guy even told her he could give her 12 orgasms. No thanks. I don't need that many. That would be way too much. And I already said no 20 times. There was a back area, and the smokers gathered there, or the people who wanted to make out. Some people hung out in front and vaped pot. If the door was open, the fumes wafted in and could become overwhelming. The food was good, too. The bartenders and the bouncers were kind and always remembered her. One guy got banned from the bar for totally disregarding Shira's personal space to the point he was slobbering on her and touching her inappropriately while she tried to push him away. Ramna, her favorite security guy bouncer, dragged him off of her immediately and made him leave and banned him from the bar. She felt safe there between the regulars and the KJ, cook, security guards, and bartenders. Shira would wear a cool hat sometimes, and people loved trying them on. She had feathers in her hats, and others who had asked if she had more feathers, and that they would love a feather for their hat. She would show up the next time at karaoke with feathers for everyone. She would bring her homemade crafts when she knew it was someone's birthday and make sure they got a lot of attention. She loved giving gifts. Karaoke had been her happy place, her sad place, place of community, and sometimes her place of rejection or growth. Maybe Shira would never sing on Broadway or be a famous singer, or get a band. Maybe all her dreams of any type of stable life were broken long ago. But there was always karaoke, and no one cared who she was there. She could be anything she dreamed of. But most of all, Shira just loved to sing. So that's a short from this one, 8 Stories 3 by me. And I hope you enjoyed it. And ciao, Bellas.